Hey, what's going on everyone? I'm the OPJellicent and we're back here on Pokemon Showdown today for another live in the OU tier. We're going to be using the Swords Dance Mega Pinsir team. Basically it's just SD Mega Pinsir with close combat to hit Ferrothorn and Tyranitar. We have AV Magnezone, defensive Fini, defensive Landers, and then this set I really like Life Orb, Protean Greninja, which Dark Pulse catches a ton of stuff off guard like Mew, which usually doesn't expect Dark Pulse on Protean, and then Discard Jirachi, so hopefully the team can work out. I really like Misty Terrain too because a lot of these runs don't appreciate burns like Mega Pinsir, Landorus, and Jirachi, so more T-Waves for that matter. So I don't really know how I feel about Mega Pinsir since Landorus and Coco usage is so high right now, but we'll go ahead and see how this team works out right now. It was built by, I believe, Adamant Excadrill. I found it on the forums, and apparently he had some success with it, so we're going to go ahead and try it out right now. We finally get a match right here, so looking at this is very winnable for Mega Pinsir, except the Psychic Terrain is going to prevent our priority attacks, so and we also need to weaken the Megear now. So with all that in mind, I think I'm just going to lead off here with my... I want to get a Brox as soon as possible, but he could just lead off with the Rotom. So I'm actually just going to lead Magnezone first, as we actually have our entire effect volume off. 1 second, that should fix it. Now what we can do is just go right for the... I'm just going to go for Volt Switch. I don't really care if he goes Landers, since we do have our own Landers in the back to switch into that, so we can trade Rocks for that matter. He's going to actually go Megear now, so this is fine, because now I just get in my Landorus for free, and if I do have to sack this, that would kind of suck, but I want Rocks more than anything, and he's just going to go Rotom right here, so I'm expecting a Defog. I'm just going to U-turn out, probably on a Defog or a Will-O-Wisp, and I'll just go Fini. If he actually misses his Hydro Pump, that kind of sucks for him, but I would have kept Rocks up either way. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go out into my Magnezone again, and we're just going to Flash Cannon on probably the Landorus switch, which I'm kind of hoping he makes, and we can scout whether it's defensive based on the damage, and if it is, then we can actually just outspeed it and knock it out the next turn. So he actually goes back to Megear now. This is totally fine. We're going to Flash Cannon it. It's clearly Assault Vest, obviously, so now I'm going to go here into my Jirachi. Jirachi is our main switch into this and Lele, so we do have to keep it kind of healthy, but we can manage it. He goes right for the Volt Switch right there, so this is fine. Brings back the Rotom, which I don't mind at all. I'm just going to U-turn out here into my... He's probably going to go for the Defog here, but this thing is really weak now, so that's great for my Pinsir. And I'm just going to go Magnezone. I don't want him Hydro Pumping my Landorus, as he goes for the Defog as you would expect. And now what I'll do is I'll just go right for the Volt Switch again. He actually is going to go for what? The Hydro Vortex. That's not knocking me out. And now this thing is going to be really weakened, and I'm just going to go out into Pinsir here for the knockout. So we can bring out Pinsir right here and just go right for the Mega Evolution and the return. Just to knock this guy out. He shouldn't go Tapu Lele unless he's expecting the Quick Attack, which I would never click right here. But he actually goes Hard Landers. We actually don't take any damage right there due to the Hyper Cutter. I think that's defensive Landers. It is. I could try to SD up right here. Do I feel as though it's worth it just yet? It could be. Let's try it. We're going to SD up early. As he actually goes hard into the Tyranitar, so Scarftar? If not, this is definitely knocking you out. So we're going to go for the close combat right now, as he's going to sack off the Rotom right there, which is totally fine. Now he'll go Lele for sure. And I'm assuming this is just Scarf Tapu Lele. So I'm going to go Jirachi right here on the Psychic or something like that. Moonblast, same thing. Actually, we probably would have lived Moonblast. I never get the bug and fairy typings correct, but we're just going to go right here for the U-turn. As he brings back in his Landorus T, we're going to go out into our Greninja right here, and he doesn't have a great switch in anymore, which is cool. I'm just going to go for the... I want a Hydro Pump, but yeah, we're going to Hydro Pump. I don't care. This is why I like to run Surf, but we're rolling with Hydro Pump this time. It's so much stronger, especially since we don't have the specs. We want Hydro Pump on this thing. So hopefully we hit it, and we'll completely destroy something. I do have to be careful about the Conkeldurr too. I didn't keep that in mind. He goes back to Megear now. This might get to it KO'd. Nope, never mind. It's so bulky. I could try to go for like a flinch or something, not worth it at all. Back to Jirachi it is. Well, actually, Magnezone is probably the better play. Yeah, we're gonna go back to Magnezone right here, probably on a Volt Switch. As he goes hard Lele, he knows I can take this hit, and he doesn't have a Flash Cannon switch in at this point in the match. So yeah, we take that, and we just knock him out with Flash Cannon right there, and we are up I'm on right now. So he's going to go Conkeldurr to, I'm assuming, just knock us out. Did we get knocked off? No, we're Assault Vest. I keep on thinking we're Specs, and we're locked into a move, but this is fine. I'll just go for the Volt Switch in case he wants to not Mach Punch, and now I'll just go out into my... Now I'll just go Pinsir. And I'll just throw out this return right here. I don't mind this at all. I can just... I don't even think he has a counterplay, because if he goes Landorus, I'll just SD up and win. So he's going to sack the Conkeldurr, which is great, and now he'll go Landorus. He actually goes hard Tyranitar. Scarf? No, it's Mega. This will die to this, yeah. Get out of there. And I don't think he has a way to get back into this match at this point. He's going to forfeit the match right there. So Pinsir did a ton of work this time. And great match one for there, right there. So we can go ahead and get another one right here. I didn't believe I mentioned it at the beginning, but if you guys are new, be sure to subscribe. We're uploading every day now, so that's pretty cool. We have draft league stuff going on up on the weekends as well, and I like his name, Nebby and Bag. Karen Black's a big threat. We have our Fini to deal with that, but we don't want to take Fusion Bolts, so what I'm going to do here is just lead off with my Jirachi. And we can U-turn out on anything pretty much. If he leads Landorus to try to get up rocks, I can just U-turn out into my own, and then we can deal with that. So he actually leads right off of the Mana Fiend, no fear. So U-turn's my play for sure. And I'm just going to go hard into my Magnezone and then throw off probably a Flash Cannon, I would assume would be the better play. So Magnezone right here. So he goes for the Tail Glow. And now I'll just Volt Switch, I think. Yeah, this is not going to knock me out. Plus 3 Hydro Vortex actually does, man, if he's a beast. But I believe... Does Pinsir knock him out from this range? It should. It's Mega Pinsir. So we're going to go out into it, and we're just going to return right here. Knock it out, Mega Pinsir. You're so strong. Come on. Alright, so we sack our Pinsir too. Now I'll just go back to Jirachi, and I'll just U-turn out again. That was probably a roll too, unless that was just the max roll, and he just lived on 1. So he goes out into Landorus, so now I go back to Gran, and I just throw off, I'm going to double on the Magearna, and then we're going to get up rocks right now. Because I pretty much need rocks in this match, and now we're going to go Fini. And pretty much now we get a free Moonblast off. So yeah, that's the play. So good plays right there, I think. So because we got up our rocks and kept our Landorus alive, which is cool. And Manaphy cannot switch back in anymore unless he defogs later, so... He actually decides to Tail Glow, not sure why. Was he expecting me to do something else, like Nature's Madness? I'm going to Nature's Madness the 1% Pokemon. But no, that's fine. Now we'll see what he wants to bring out after. If he goes Magearna, I'm definitely taunting it. I don't want him shift gearing up or anything like that. I mean, I guess we have our Scarf Jirachi in the back, but still. I think his play is definitely... He doesn't have a really nice play right here, to be honest. He goes Gallade. This is not going to appreciate this, but actually I'm just going to go Landorus. I want this thing in range of some attacks later. Goes right for the Swords Dance, and we can just U-turn out on this. He's going to go for Ice Punch and take some damage, and now we can probably just go Greninja and knock him out, I would guess. We don't have a lot of attack. We're going to make this play instead and just hope we flinch. Because one flinch and we should be good to go. Flinch? Nope. I haven't gotten a flinch with Iron Head Jirachi in such a long time. But anyway, we knock him out with Greninja now, which is cool, but I think we need Dark Pulse flinches to even have a chance. So we're going to go for Dark Pulse, obviously. I could Hydro. I could also just Ice Beam. But we're going to Dark Pulse. As he goes back to Magearna. So yeah, that's pretty obvious. We're going to reveal our Life Orb right there. We got a crit, doesn't really matter. I'm going to go up to Fini right here. As he goes right for the Volt Switch. Now we'll see what he wants to bring back. Probably the Gallade. Now Gallade took a hit, so it's not going to beat me. But he goes back into it anyway, so... I'm a little bit confused about that, but we'll go right here for the Moonblast to knock him out. Don't flinch me. Good. Okay, so we still have a chance, I think. Maybe. I think we need to freeze the Magearna at some point. Misty Train is really helping us out right here. It's going to weaken the Dragon Titan moves on both of them. I mean, they would just hit us with other coverage anyway. He goes Karen Black. So I guess he's trying to knock me out with Fusion Bolt right now. I play as a 100% Moonblast. Knocks me out. He's actually lefties. That's funny. So Dark Pulse flinching is my play right here. It appears we got it. Yeah, we did get the flinch, and now I'm going to Dark Pulse again. These 4 bars appear down here, then he knocked us out, which he did, and unfortunately that's going to be that one. So, unfortunate match right there. Had we knocked out the Manaphy with our Pinsir, we would have probably won that, because Pinsir just completely tore through his team at that point. Especially since it was lefty's Kyurem and not Scarf, and I guess if it was max speed Lottie, that could have been a problem. So we have a semi-stall team here, which I'm not really looking forward to dealing with, but we'll play it. he's probably going to lead off with a Sableye like every other guy does. So we're going to lead off here with our Magnezone. There's the Sableye, we're going to Volt Switch out. And then we'll bring out our Fini. Just because I don't want anything else taking a Will-O-Wisp. I don't care if he knocks off my Fini, we don't really need our leftovers. So he does Mega Evolve, no Protect, which is interesting to see. We're going to go Fini right here. As he goes right for the Will-O-Wisp. Yep, he can't do that. And now we're going to Scald right here. Fish for the burn right now. A burn here would be really nice. We don't get it. As now we'll Taunt. I don't want him Toxicking me or throwing up Toxic Spikes or anything like that. Yeah, there's the Toxic Spikes. Now we'll fish for the burn again. I want my own rocks up at some point, because the Volcarona is a big threat. So he doesn't really have a lot to hit me with right here, unless he's Poison Jab. I saw Poison Jab Toxic X in one of Blunder's lives the other day. That was pretty funny, but I don't expect it right here at all. So maybe we can burn. Still no burn. Oh wait, we can't burn because Misty Terrain. That's right. I don't know why that took me so long to realize, but since we can't burn me, I'm going to go out here into my Magnezone, and now we're going to just Volt Switch. I don't care if he goes Hard Garchomp. Do I? Yeah, we're going to have a Flash Cannon, in case he wants to make the bad Hard Garchomp play. He doesn't really have a better play, actually. And I want damage out on Garchomp if he brings it. So he does go Hard Garchomp, so I'm glad I Flash Cannoned for a ton of damage, actually. That's clearly offensive Garchomp. Now, this is probably an opportunity for me to get up my rocks. I'm hoping he SDs up and then thinks he knocks me out with Dragonium, so that way he stays in, and I get up my rocks at that point. And then will U-turn out the following turn in case he wants to go Skarmory and try to Defog. That's kind of what I'm looking at. We should level +1 Dragonium at full, I would imagine. So he does SD up. Now we'll go for the Stealth Rock right here, in case he wants to Dragonium Z, and then we'll U-turn out. It just goes right for the Dragon Claw. So we get up rocks, and now we're just going to U-turn. If he wants to stay in and knock me out, I don't care. So that's important right there. Now we pretty much have to go out into a mod that doesn't allow him to Defog, which I think is my Greninja. Greninja's fine right here. Life Orb, Protean, Hydro Pump should do the trick. If it doesn't, though, we're not. The Skarmory's faster than us. We're gonna go Greninja right here, and we have to hope this knocks him out. I'm just gonna Calc it. Like, that's probably the better option right here. So Greninja, all-out attacker, Life Orb, Protean against Skarmory. If it's Fizz Def, Hydro Pump could do it. Max Special Attack, Life Orb, yep, we're gonna go for it. As we do miss, and he's gonna Defog right here. He actually just throws up his own. That's probably better for me. I mean, I don't care. I mean, now I probably just want to Dark Pulse on the Pex. Yeah, that's probably the better option. So there's the Toxapex, and we're actually just gonna stay in right here and fish for the Flinch. Oh, never mind. He's gonna live even if we get the Flinch again. So we're gonna go Fini. I don't want him Sludge Bombing. But I'm glad that we got our rocks up, and I think Pinsir can win late game if we hit that Hydro Pump. Pinsir would definitely be winning late game, but it's fine. I'll just go Magnezone on the T-Spike. Oh, okay, that's kind of bad. Now we'll just Discharge for sure. I don't care if he lays up another Toxic Spike. I'll Defog it with my Fini later if I have to. Even if it means getting rid of my own hazards at this point, Pinsir's the win condition, so I will Defog pretty much, and we should be fine. And he doesn't have a Discharge switch in right now. He could go. Okay, we do connect. I was gonna say he could go Lele, but I don't think Lele knocked us out anyway. So now we just get a free Volt Switch out of here, which is cool. We're gonna Volt Switch right here, and then bring in probably our Fini to try to Defog right now. But then that's set up fodder for Volcarona. Do we have Haze on Fini? We don't, but we have Taunt. I mean, after we Defog, yeah, we're gonna go Fini first of all. We're gonna get poisoned, which kind of sucks, but I don't really care. We should live a Specs hit from the Lele, I would imagine, too. And pretty much I'm gonna Defog and then try to set up with my Pinsir. We can even SD up twice against the Sableye if we really need to. Because we take knockoffs. So he goes Lele. And we're gonna Defog right here. Getting rid of this T-Spike is my biggest priority, especially since the Toxapex is gone, so we can't reset it. So I'm hoping he chokes here and predicts my Magnezone and goes for an HP Fire. That would be the best situation, but he goes for the Thunderbolt. We live it, as I would expected. And now we're gonna get rid of all of that. We're gonna go Magnezone now, and he can't set up his hazards again, because if he wants to make the Skarmory play right here to try to get up rocks, I won't let him. So now we're gonna go for the Discharge. He should be locked in, I think. And he doesn't have a switch in. So we go Sableye. I don't want the thing sitting up on me. We're going to go Pinsir right here on the recover. And now we're going to go for the game. So we're going to Mega Evolve. We're going to Swords Dance. I don't care if he... What's it called? The Psychic Train's going away soon, but he's going to reset it, unfortunately. So now we're going to SD up again. And then I don't think it's Scarf Lele. I could calc for it. It actually might be. Return's the best play right here, for sure. He goes Skarm. Now we SD up again, and we're going to close combat the following turn. I don't care if he whirlwinds me out. At this point, our Greninja kind of wins. So he actually goes for rocks. What? Now we're going to close combat you. We're going to knock you out. Never mind, you're so bulky. So we SD up again right here, obviously. I hope he doesn't have Brave Bird or anything like that. He might make the Lele play. He actually just goes for Roost again. So now we close combat. I could return first. Yeah, return first is the better option. Just because we'll weaken him for sure. He goes for the Brave Bird, and now he's in range of everything. So Greninja's the play right here, and he doesn't have a Dark Pulse sensor. I'm just scared that we're going to miss our Hydro Pump on the Volcarona. That's really my biggest fear right now. But if we don't, then we should be good to go. Because Dark Pulse is definitely getting a kill right here. Unless Tapu Lele lives at 88, which it probably does, but... Did we see that item on it before? I don't think we did, but this will knock it out. So we get rid of that. And he has to go Tapu Lele here, I think. Sableye will die at 59. Volcarona will die. We have the Gunk Shot, too. So he does go Tapu Lele. Now I'm gonna go Jirachi. So he goes for the Hidden Power Fire. Now we're going to U-turn, I think, because we don't want him setting up. He stays in. We're gonna go Magnezone right here because we might live this next one. I'm not sure. He was willing to sack it, I guess, because he would just win with the Volcarona. So we're gonna Flash Cannon. Can we live it? We don't. Now we have to go Jirachi again. And pretty much, I'm trying to get into a situation right here where the Volcarona is not in for like no reason. So we U-turn out right here. Bring in Fini. Sack it off. We U-turn out one more time. And then our Greninja should be able to win the match late game. Assuming we knock out the Sableye in one hit. Which I think we do. And watch it be Scarf Volcarona and it just Okos me with Bug Buzz. So he goes hard out into this. So I guess he was expecting the hit right there, but I just Hydro Pump. And now I follow it up with Dark Pulse to knock this thing out. This is going to come down to plays, I think. But he goes for the Protect, not sure why. Because Dark Pulse, I just Dark Pulse again right here. So yeah, we knock him out. We take a Life Orb hit, and I think he has to go Tapu Lele for sure. He's locked into HP Fire. Is it Specs? It's probably Specs Lele, not Scarf. Because it did so much earlier. I can't switch out right here. We're gonna go for the Dark Pulse, as he is Scarf, and we have to bank on Iron Head, I think. Which is kind of is unfortunate, because, I mean, we could get it. I mean, it is Jirachi. So I'm gonna go for the Iron Head right here. If we ever see those 4 bars pop up, the game ended. And we did see those 4 bars, so unfortunate match right there. What could I have done at the end there to win? Because had I switched out into Jirachi, I think we would have dropped to the Thunderbolt anyway, and we wouldn't have won right there. So, unfortunate loss, but 2 pretty close losses, to be honest. I mean, that one was 1-0. I don't exactly remember what happened in the other one, but it's fine. We'll go ahead and grab, I think, 2 more games right here, and then we'll call it a live at that point. So we find this team. Clearly on Bird and Hawlucha with the Psychic Seed. Pinsir can win. I'm assuming it's just Rain Dance Swampert with no rain support. So we're going to lead here with our Pinsir, as he leads directly off with this. He's going to go out into the Zapdos for sure. So we're going to go Greninja right here, as he just stays in. Alright, I guess we're going to go Landorus and try to get up our own rocks now. So we're going to Stealth Rock right here. Goes for the Rain Dance. Now we're gonna go Fini, because he can't really hit me. He actually switches out. Surprised, because now I get a Rain Boosted Scald on something, and he doesn't have the best answers. He goes hard Lele, which takes a lot. We can actually just click it again, because we live the Spec Psychic, and we just knock that thing out. Now Swampert's gonna come back in for sure, but he only has one turn of Rain. He actually goes Kartana. So Landorus is my switch in right here. I don't care if he wants to do that. Now we're gonna U-turn out. Don't crit me. Okay, cool. And now we're gonna go out into our Magnezone. I'm assuming this is... We can switch into rocks one more time, so I don't want to stay in with this thing. I'm assuming this is Scarf. I'm just gonna Volt Switch right here. As it is actually Black Hole Eclipse, which did absolutely nothing. Actually, I think Terrain's about to go away, so we can go Greninja right here and just win. To be honest. Landorus is my play. Goes for the Earthquake. And at this point, our Greninja's gonna win, so... Especially if he lets me get damage off on this thing, so... We're gonna U-turn right here as he goes for the Rain Dance. So we go Fini right here. And we're just going to Scald. We live this, yeah. And the point is, he does not have enough rain turns to beat me. So what do I feel is expendable right now? He's gonna go for the Waterfall. What do I not need? We're gonna go Landorus, sack it off. And now we're gonna go... Do I have another Intimidator? Pretty much have to wait for this rain to go away and then just win. We're gonna go Pinsir. And then we're gonna double, and then we're gonna sack Fini on that rain turn, and then we're gonna go... And then we're gonna go Magnezone and just go back to Pinsir. And we actually lived the Earthquake, which is cool, and I think we have to SD up right here. I don't even care if he knocks me out, because now I just go Greninja and I win the match. I mean, assuming I hit my attacks. I'm assuming we knock you out with Hydro Pump, which we do. So 1. This will die to the Ice Beam. Yep, 2. And we click Ice Beam against these last 2, and we should be good to go. So that was the game plan from the start. Just, you will go down to Ice Beam. You don't have an Unburden boost right now, so 3. And then Zygarde, he should just forfeit right here, but Zygarde will also feint to Ice Beam, and that's going to be the match. So I knew that if I just stalled out the rain turns, then I could win with my Pinsir at the end. But I don't believe it's been long enough, so we're gonna go ahead and find one more battle right here, and then we'll call it the end. So I think we're 2-2 or 3-2 or something right now, something like that. But we'll get one more right here, and then we'll call it alive after that. Hopefully we win, so we go positive. That would be the best situation right now. But if we don't, then we'll just go even and call it alive right there. Which wouldn't be too big of a deal, but I'm glad we won that one with our Greninja in the game. At the end, sorry. Greninja really coming through that Life Orb set with Protean. Not a set I usually see or run, but it's putting in work. I want Pinsir to win this last one, which it definitely can. But Deontay's right there, that's a pretty big drawback. I think he's going to lead Deontay, so we're just going to lead Greninja. He does lead Bulu actually. We're gonna Gunk Shot right off the bat. If he wants to stay in, that would be a misplay. But even if he wants to, okay, so we do miss. So he goes for the Wood Hammer, and we do barely live it. Now I'm just gonna Ice Beam for damage. I don't even care if you want to stay in. Anyway, we're gonna go Landorus on the Toxapex, and then set up our rocks right here. That's really what I care about, because Deontay is not Mega Evolved yet. So if we get up our rocks right here, this should be good to stay. He did not burn me. From this guy's luck so far, I thought he would. We're gonna go for the HP Ice. She actually just stays in. Alright. We're gonna Earthquake then. Thanks for the damage. I don't even care if you get up double Toxic Spikes. What do I mean, I guess I do, kind of, because I have to Defog then. We're gonna U-turn out. As he goes out into this. We're going to go Magnezone, and we're just going to throw off a nice and Flash Cannon right here. He doesn't have the greatest answer. We just knock it out. Surprised he didn't go out into his own Magnezone. That was pretty obvious. Maybe he expected me to Volt Switch. Now he's going to go out into his Magnezone. We're going to Volt Switch right here. We're not faster, which kind of sucks because we're going to get weakened, but I'm assuming he's locked in. So we're going to go out into Fini right here. We're going to get the Defog off so that these T-Spikes go away from my Pinsir late game. And then we're going to try to set up rocks again. If you guys talk hard Toxapex, then I will taunt you. And then we'll try to burn you like I did on the other guy. We didn't get the burn last time, so maybe we can get it this time. But Taunt will prevent him from putting up that Toxic Spike. Now we can just fish for the burn, as I said. He's going to go back to Magnezone now. You know what, he can't burn me. I'm going to go Pinsir. Oh, okay, never mind. We're going to go Landorus. I don't want to take an HP Ice or a Stone Edge or anything. Especially since the Deontay is right there, we can't win with this. So he gets up rocks, we're going to do the exact same thing, I think. Because if you go Toxapex to get up T-Spikes, I will just Defog. And our Fini is already poisoned, so we go through the hand power. We're going to U-turn out right here. Ideally, we lose the speed tie if he does stay in, yeah. So we're going to go Gran right here. We're going to click Dark Pulse on the Toxapex. Now we're just going to try to hope we get a flinch right here so he doesn't get up his T-Spike or a recover, and then we should be good to go with our Pinsir. That Deontay in the back, he's really saving that just so our Pinsir doesn't win. We did get the flinch, so yay. So we're going to bring in this now. We're going to just return. He shouldn't stay in, but if he does, then I don't want him, like, you know what? So we're going to go for the SD. Now we're going to go for the return right here. And then we should knock out Greninja with +2 quick attack. He's going to be forced out into Deontay now. He might even go hard Deontay. But the point is, we got our Pinsir in, and unfortunately it doesn't appear as though Pinsir is going to be winning the match. He sacks off Gran, which is a smart play because it wasn't doing a lot with our Fini around anyway. Now he's going to go Deontay. If he goes out anything else, he's choking. Unless it was Scarf Mag, I guess. Which it does appear it was, so we're going to go out into our own Magnezone on the Thunderbolt, and now we just get a free Voltage right here. Because if he has Scarf, he does not want to stay in. He just stays in. I mean, you go Jirachi now, and we just knock you out. Yeah, we're gonna Fire Punch right here. I don't want him going Landorus or anything for free. So we're gonna U-turn out and go back to Magnezone. As he just Thunderbolts again. Should have just Fire Punched. You know what? We're gonna... Oh, we're trapped, right. Right, so he's gonna knock us out right here. Now we go back to Jirachi, and we just go for the Fire Punch. Hopefully knock him out this time. This time, of course, he switches out. We don't get the Serene Grace burn either, which kind of sucks, but I'm just going to Fire Punch right here because it will put him in range of my Mega Pinsir's return. He just switches out. I mean, I'll take it. I don't think we can pull this one out, actually. Actually, our Fini kind of wins, doesn't it? How healthy is Fini? I mean, no, it's poisoned. That's going to hurt us in the late game, isn't it? I think we're going to bank on Iron Head late game. So we're going to sack Pinsir right here, I think. Yeah, we're going to sack Pinsir. No, we're going to sack Fini. And then we're going to go back to this. So he goes for the Diamond Storm. Now my play is definitely just to Defog if I can. He's not going to let me, for sure. He's just going to go for Moonblast, but if we can flinch enough times right now. So we're going to bring this in. If we can flinch, he makes a smart play and doesn't sack off the Deontay because he needs it for my Pinsir late game. But Toxapex is not healthy. He goes hard into it, and we actually get a crit right there. So we need to knock this thing out with flinches right now. Do we even have enough power points? We should have enough PP. So we do flinch him. We're doing 9. Okay, we're gonna make the Pinsir play right now. As he goes for the recover. Now we're just going to go right for the SD. He's probably going to knock me out with Scald. I'm just going to return. We do a lot. Alright, so unfortunately I don't think we're winning. We're going to go for the Iron Head right here. Actually, I'm just going to click X because he can just Intimidate stall me with the Landorus. So that's going to be the live. Unfortunately, we finished off 3-3, I think, but it is what it is. As usual, if you guys did enjoy, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later.